Good day, everyone. Welcome to another English language tutorial. This tutorial is brought to you by O3 School's JAMB app. O3 School's JAMB app is an app designed to help students adequately prepare for their JAMB examination. The app is available for download on Play Store, and you can activate for 2,500 naira, and you'll be granted access to all the features on the app. Download and study. So today we'll look at interjections and conjunctions, but first we quickly run through interjections. Interjections and conjunctions, these are parts of speech in English language. Interjections are words used to express feelings or emotions. We use interjections are words or phrases, could be more than one word, used to express feelings or emotions. Could be joy, sadness, anger, disbelief, shock, confusion. All of these are feelings or emotions that we can use interjections to express. Example, when you could have hey, these are interjections. Greetings, they are interjections. Even curse words, they are interjections. Examples, we have, like I said, words hey, hi, no kidding. These are examples of interjections. Actually, any word can be turned into an interjection. All you just have to do is put an exclamation mark in front. Goodness, amazing, excellent. As long as you put an exclamation mark in front, you could turn it into an interjection. And like I said, they are independent parts of sentences. They really do not have connection with the other parts of the sentences, and you can leave them out. The sentence still means the same, still makes perfect sense. Another thing we should note with interjections is the fact that we should not include them in formal writing. Yes, they help to convey emphasis, liven up sentences, show emphasis, but then we should still avoid them in formal writing. They shouldn't come up. Then in punctuating interjections, punctuation of interjections. One, we could use exclamation marks. We use this when you want to emphasize, you want to really emphasize the emotion or the feeling being expressed there. You use an exclamation mark. For example, good Lord, did you think you were going to get away with it? So we use this, oh, sorry, exclamation mark to express that the person was really shocked. When you want to really show emphasis, exclamation mark. Then if the feeling or the expression is not so deep or so extreme, you could use a full stop or period. Anyone you choose to call it, to punctuate the interjection if the feeling is not that extreme, the feeling being expressed. For example, well, you do owe, let's say 5,000 naira. Supposed to spell that in words. Write that out in words. You do owe me 5,000 naira. So the feeling rather, or the emotion being expressed here is not as extreme as this one. So anyone reading this sentence now will not really emphasize the interjection. Well, you do owe me 5,000 naira. It will be a different way reading out this because of the exclamation mark. Then we also use commas, but commas are mostly used to separate interjections from the rest of the sentence because you have to separate them. Don't just leave interjections in sentences without some form of separation. Whether they come the interjections mostly come at the beginning, but they can come at the middle, they can also come at the end of sentences. So we use commas to differentiate, to separate the sentence from the interjection. A good example: I may not finish, but hey, at least I tried. So you use the comma to separate hey from the rest of the sentence. This is the interjection here. You use that comma to separate it. So you use commas in punctuating interjections for separations. Even if it comes at the beginning, indeed, the comma should come after you have done well. Commas are meant for separation, or we can have one at the end. The decorations have been done. Sorry. That's interjections in those sentences. So use exclamation mark when the feeling is intense. You want to express or really emphasize the feeling being expressed in the sentence. You use exclamation mark to punctuate. Then if the feeling is not so strong, you can use a full stop or a period. And we say commas are just meant for separations. You should use them to separate interjections from the rest of the sentence because they are unconnected. It do not really affect the meaning of that sentence. That's that for interjections. When you quickly look at conjunctions. 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 Conjunctions are parts of speech that connect words in sentences, or let's say they connect sentences rather to form complex sentences. Those are conjunctions. Word or phrase that connects. Let's say sorry. A conjunction is a word or phrase that connects words, phrases, or clauses. Conjunctions help us make complex sentences. At least at this stage, we shouldn't be making the same sentence we were making as when we were growing up. At least when children just start learning how to make sentences, you expect them to make short, simple, and straight sentences like I live in Lagos, I am a girl, that is my house, this is my father. All those are short, simple, and straight sentences. But as you keep growing older, we now use conjunctions to make more complex sentences. That way, it helps to reduce irrelevant stuff in writing. Quickly, we'll run through the types of conjunctions. Conjunctions are of three types. Types of conjunctions. One, we have coordinating conjunctions. This one connects words, phrases, or clauses that are of same grammatical rank. Simply put, connecting verbs and verbs, adverbs and adverbs. That's the work of coordinating conjunctions. And common examples, we have for, although for is not commonly used as conjunctions, but it is a conjunction. For, and, but, nor, or, yet, still. These are examples of coordinating conjunctions that we use to join sentences or clauses, rather, phrases, words of equal grammatical standing or equal grammatical rank. Everyone clapped and danced. And is a conjunction. Clapped and danced, two verbs. And is joining both of them. Then the difference between and but is that we use and when both sentences, or let's say when both clauses involved are positive. But immediately there's a negative sentence or clause coming in, we now use but. So an example of but now. I went to his house. We put a comma when using conjunctions to join independent clauses. So I went to his house, but he was not there. So there is not in this sentence. That means one of it is negative. We use but. And when the clauses are positive, then but when there's an element of negativity in the sentence, we use but. We can also use and or for lists. To make lists, do you want apples, bananas, or oranges? Or as a conjunction there. You can also use and to make lists. Then we have subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions. They are used to introduce subordinate clauses. Subordinate or dependent. If you don't want to call it subordinate, or dependent clauses. A subordinate or dependent clause is one that cannot stand on its own. It won't make sense. So we use subordinating conjunctions to join subordinate or dependent clauses to independent clauses. Independent clauses can stand on their own. Dependent or subordinate clauses cannot stand on their own. We use subordinate conjunctions to join both. And examples are if, although. Examples of subordinating conjunctions: if, although, because, before, than. Let's see more. There should be a comma here. Than, unless, while, whether. All these are subordinating conjunctions that help to join subordinate or dependent clauses to independent clauses. And then for subordinating conjunctions, they can come either at the beginning of the sentence or they can be at the middle. Let's use a sentence to illustrate that. If you want to get home early, you must leave now. The conjunction here is if. If you want to get home early, you must leave now. You can come at the beginning or at the middle. You must leave now if you want to get home early. If staying at the beginning or at the middle, and it's joining two clauses. You want to get home early, you must leave now. You must leave now is the independent clause. You want to get home early is the dependent or subordinate. This is the independent clause. And this is the subordinate or dependent clause. So we use subordinating conjunctions to join these two clauses. And like I said, they can either come at the beginning or they can come at the middle. Then we also have the correlative conjunctions or paired. Correlative conjunctions. They are also called paired conjunctions. Paired. That means words that come together to serve the function of a conjunction. So they are not one word. They are words, two or more words, and they are used together. You cannot use one and leave the other. So wherever you find one, you will find the other word in the same sentence. So correlative conjunctions or paired conjunctions are words that work hand in hand to perform the function of a conjunction in sentences. And then common examples, we have either or, neither nor, rather than, such that, as many as, both and, so that, not only but also, same as. All these are common examples. You can still have not, but. Common examples of paired conjunctions. They work together to serve the function of a conjunction in a sentence. An example of either or, like I said, you cannot use this and leave this. We we will either go to the park or the cinema. So you don't say we'll either go to the park nor no, or we'll either go to the park and the cinema. No, either goes with or. So you use them together. They work together. That's why we call them pairs. They work together. We have to use them together in sentences as conjunctions. These are correlative conjunctions. Then we also have, let's see, both and. Tyler is both handsome and tall. Both and Tyler is both handsome and tall. Another example we have Precious is not only ugly but also stingy. Not only but also. We use them together in sentences to serve the function of a conjunction. So this one will help you. Sometimes you can even see questions trying to test your knowledge on correlative conjunctions. So that you have to know which one goes for which. We don't mix them up. Having said that, let's go through what we did again. We looked at conjunctions, the definition, and the types. So let's answer some questions on conjunctions. You have questions. One, though Yemi prepared for the examinations, dash he failed woefully. A, if, B, since, C, yet, D, because. Though Yemi prepared for the examinations, dash he failed woefully, yet he failed woefully. Because here shows reason. So it's not because he prepared that he failed. We cannot have because. Neither can we have since or for. Though Yemi prepared for the examinations, yet he failed woefully. That's the most suitable conjunction that will fill that gap. Neither Olu dash Oye will see me. A or B and C but D no. This is a test on paired conjunctions. Neither goes with nor. So neither Olu nor Oye will see me. I will use neither for negative instances. When the sentence denotes something negative, we use neither nor. So what this means is that Olu will not see me, Oye will not see me. That's the negative connotation there. Then not only does he have a car, dash he also has a motorcycle. A still, B yet, C but, D if. Not only does he have a car, dash he also has a motorcycle. There's also another test on paired conjunctions. Not only goes with but also. So our answer becomes but he also has a motorcycle. Not only but also work together in sentences. Then number 4 says dash my mother and I were at the church. Our house was flooded. A with, B while, C since, D for. Dash my mother and I were at the church, our house was flooded. With my mother and I were at the church, that already doesn't make sense. While my mother and I were at the church, you were not at home, you were at church. So while my mother and I were at the church, our house was flooded. If you say since, it looks as if it was because you were at church. That's why the house was flooded, which is not so. So, same thing for 4. 4 cannot fill that gap correctly. So, the correct answer is while my mother and I were at the church, our house was flooded. Next question says, dash you around, nothing can be done unless. Next, we have without. Next, we have because. We also have lest. Dash you around, nothing can be done unless you around. There's no sense there. Without you around, because you around, lest you around, without you around. That means if you are not around, nothing can be done. So the correct answer is without. Another question we have, I won't let you go. Dash you promise to come back soon. A if, B unless, C since, D well. I won't let you go. Dash you promise to come back soon. I won't let you go unless you promise to come back soon. Not I won't let you go if you promise to come back soon, or since while. The correct answer for this question will be unless. Unless is the most suitable conjunction to use there, because this sentence means that if you don't promise to come back soon, you're not going anywhere. So unless best represents that. Now you can do well to download the O3 Schools JAMB app and use your knowledge from this video to answer more questions on conjunctions. Thank you for watching.